Hey y'all, you're gonna love this. We have exciting news from inZOI. This is late breaking as of Friday. As the title of the video has already alluded to, we can now wishlist inZOI on the Steam store. But not just that, with this we have new screenshots. Wait for them, we're gonna go through all of them. They're amazing. And finally, what you've been wondering about for quite some time, the minimum and recommended specs. It's not as bad as you thought they were gonna be. It's fine. We're gonna be fine. Anyway, let's get into it. So you're gonna want to go to the Steam store page, type in inZOI in the search bar, and lo and behold, this beauty. Make sure to wishlist it if you intend to purchase, even if you don't intend to play on PC, even if you're going to play it on console. This is gonna help give the message to Krafton that we are behind the game and eagerly awaiting its debut to play it. It's actually quite important. It will help in their decision making for further game development and marketing. It also lets Steam know that this game is in high demand and they'll likely promote it on the storefront or in other ways. Well, with that aside, let's first rip the bandage right off and look at those pesky specs. So, as we expected, we're not going to be able to play this on a potato PC. This game is built with Unreal Engine 5, so I'm sure we all expected something rather beefy. But even so, I don't think the minimum is as bad as we thought it was going to be. Although, I don't know if the Sims community would be as used to these high specs, but I could be wrong. Hopefully not too many people went and bought new computers for this game. That's why I was cautioning against spending so much money for one game. I mean, I would look on here and see what components you might need to upgrade. You might be okay in some aspects, but maybe you have to upgrade, say, your graphics card? Which, yeah, I know, it's not cheap either. But still better than buying an entirely new PC. Unless, of course, you need to already, and you can afford to splurge, and I'd say go for it. Anyway, let's get to the fun part. First off, we finally have a map of Bliss Bay, and it is looking amazing. As you can see, it's on the tablet, which sits on your desk, because remember, you're an employee at this company, controlling all the lives of these ZOIs. I just love that concept, and I've counted all the lots on here, and you count them too, let me know if I'm wrong. I see 23 community lots, 7 job locations, 9 residential, with 4 being empty lots that you can build on. Again, I'm not sure if those are meant for residential or community, or if you can choose. Also, this ZOI here that is actively being played, I'm not sure if he's at another residential location. I could see the blue bubble in the background, or if this is just indicating where he is in the world. But if he is at home, then that would make it 10 residential lots plus 4 empty ones. Either way, it seems like a fair number of lots. Also note the colored dots. I'm pretty sure these are referencing ZOIs that are in the world, and the color refers to the relationship status. I'll put the relationship colors on the screen here. Also, the purple dots I believe are your various households. Did you notice how many red dots this ZOI has? This man is seriously playing the field. I mean, this might be the next Don Lothario or something. Or maybe he has that nation sweetheart aspiration. That could be it. Anyway, moving on, here's another wedding scene photo. This couple is so beautiful. Her dress is gorgeous. Also, notice there's a library in the background. Yeah, I saw you back there. I hope we could actually go inside. Also, I really hope weddings will be much better controlled in this game. I hate that in The Sims, they don't take their seats to watch the ceremony. It's always chaotic. I hope they'll program this so the guests will keep their attention pointed towards the bride and groom, because it seems here they kinda aren't. Except that one guy. Yeah, he looks like he might be thinking he should be marrying her. This one is so cool. They look like total tourists visiting Bliss Bay and taking photos. Also note the guy in the background is actually spray painting the wall, creating some street art, with the other dude cheering him on. There's seagulls flying around. Also check out the hot air balloon. I hope at some point we can actually ride one and be able to look down on the city. And here we see the hot air balloons a bit better. They look so amazing. Look at the rocks, the buoy, the sailboat. Also, we can fish apparently. There's even some fish on the pier that he's already caught. I also see what looks like a tent in the background. Like, can we actually sleep on the pier? That would be amazing. We also see just a bit of a boat on the left side. Probably another sailboat. Can we take it out on the water? That's what I want to know. That would be incredible. And I love the couple in the foreground. Again, it looks like a couple of tourists enjoying their Bliss Bay vacation with the kids. Now this shows me a group activity. You can play music together while another ZOI sings. Their styles are so different. And this is one of my personal favorites. I love gardening in real life and also in gaming. I love gardening in The Sims. I love Stardew Valley. I really hope they expand on gardening in this game. She seems to be watering a potted plant. Like I said, I hope they expand on this eventually and we can plant veggies, fruit trees, flowers, the whole 9 yards. Also, I don't know if those are beanbag chairs on the right. Very interesting. I really hope they are. But what a beautifully lush garden. And I love the bamboo in the foreground there. And here's some more fun activities. Remember, Director Keiju mentioned the rides will be interactable in Bliss Bay Amusement Park. I really hope that's still the case. Regardless, it looks like we can play the games at the park. And I love this guy's long hair too. I also hope you can buy ice cream from the ice cream truck in the back there. And also tacos from the taco truck. Or they could just be for decoration and they'll always have the closed sign on them. If so, maybe eventually they can add that to the game. And this is a good moment to remind everyone that this is just early access and they're still working on the game. So we're not going to have a completed game in the beginning, and we just need to have a little bit of patience as they continue to develop the game with our feedback. Also, notice the terrain is not flat. There's some taller grasses. I don't know if I've ever noticed that before in previous screenshots. And this scene is so cute. Can we make elaborate proposals? I hope so. Seems to be a cutscene. Check out the upper left-hand corner. I gotta say, I'm a sucker for classic cars. That little car, I really hope we can drive something similar. I know you can customize your cars, so I hope not all cars are modern and we get some classic options as well. I mean, you have to in this city if you want it to be a true representation of the area. Classic cars, please. And another group activity, and a really amazing one at that. We can have campfires on the beach? This is amazing. This ZOI is singing while the other groovy ZOI is playing his guitar. I love this ZOI, by the way. The gals are jamming. This scene is fire. Quite literally. This is just so beautiful. Muscle Beach? I just noticed that. And the sand looks amazing too. I hope we'll have more interactions with the campfire, like telling stories, roasting corn, or s'mores. I can't wait. Oh, this is so sweet. The babies in this game are so precious. I'm not sure if this is the same couple that got married in the first scene. It looks like them. I just love them. And when I was first going through these photos, I was thinking, gosh, I really hope they give us these ZOIs and Kaz so we can choose to play with them in our worlds. But I can tell you right now, we are. I've seen them in the presets when you're creating your ZOIs. I love how Dad is trying to get the baby to laugh with his goofy dance. More interactions like these, please. And this one I believe is one of the loading screens we've seen before. A gorgeous view of Dolwon. And we've definitely seen this before. But hey, I've never noticed the details on the rooftops. Look at the HVAC. You can see the air handlers and vents. Also solar panels. Very cool. And another cool view of Bliss Bay. Look at all the shops as well. Bayside Burgers. I really hope you can visit all of these one day. And the hot air balloons again look so pretty in the sky. And look at that one truck in the driveway of the house on the bottom there. He's parked a little crooked. I love all those details. And check this out. You can actually go in that photo booth and take photos. I think it's a rabbit hole though. It's still pretty cool. And those booths on the right are definitely interactable. I've seen in one of the Korean streamers' gameplay where she goes to the park and there's like a market going on, and these booths were definitely open with ZOIs managing them. Community events such as festivals and markets is one of the things being highly asked for, so let's hope we get more like this. Also note the letterbox near the center there. Wouldn't it be cool if we can send letters to friends old-fashioned style? Or maybe our elderly ZOIs prefer to pay their bills via mail instead of online. I think that'd be a cool gameplay feature, and it provides for storytelling. And here's another example of build mode. It looks like this home is right on the beach too. Probably cost them a pretty penny. Now we get into some of the ZOI customization photos. This is Kaz. Create a ZOI. Also note here, some people were thinking this was a mistake up here. I don't think so. I think this is intentional. I think they were just trying to give her a generic name of inZOI. First name In, last name ZOI. But you're seeing it as last name first, which is how you would write your name in Korea and a lot of other places as well. So family name first and then given name. So I think that's why we see ZOI In. It's just a generic name, that's my guess. And I love her shimmery eyeshadow, and we're seeing birthmarks too, or beauty marks. I'm also thrilled to see in the presets here the rest of the ZOIs we were just looking at, because they're all so perfect, some of them in an imperfect way, a natural way. Also notice you can select symmetry mode or deselect it. I know we can dye our ZOI's hair on one side, but not the other. We can choose what side, but does this also apply to facial features? Like, can I make one nostril larger than the other? One ear larger than the other? That would be so realistic since faces aren't perfectly symmetrical. So I don't know if we can do that, but that would be pretty cool. And here's a bit of what I was mentioning before on dyeing hair. You can dye or highlight different parts of the hair, and it doesn't need to be symmetrical, as you can see here. You can also cut the hair to a shorter length. Also notice more beauty mark placements. I've also noticed it says body type 2. So far I've only seen the females have body type 2 and the males have body type 1. You'll see those soon. So I don't know if it's in reference to gender, because there is a screenshot somewhere in here that actually says gender. I'll point that out when we get to it. So I hope it doesn't refer to gender and we actually do get different body types. I just don't know what it means at this point. Also, I've noticed freckles, and it seems you can control the amount and appearance of them, like from this cute ZOI to this one where it's a little bit more noticeable. And this is probably one of my favorites so far. She is so cute. She's also got some shimmery eyeshadow on the bottom and corners of her eyes. Her hair is so cute, and I love her teeth. They're so natural looking. Also notice this trait box here. Let's get into traits. I love the look of this. I'm assuming we've already selected all the traits on the previous screen. I think we've seen screenshots of that before. And this is the final look as this ZOI's characteristics. You can click on each one, it seems, and get a description of that trait. Not only that, it gives you information on the right hand side as to how this trait will affect your ZOI's personality and even gameplay. I love the way it gives zodiac sign vibes. We know that we have a psychic or fortune teller we can go to and get tarot card readings, so I wonder if this is supposed to resemble astrology and such. I'm not big into that stuff, it's not part of my belief system, but it will be interesting to see the gameplay and what we can use it for storytelling. And this guy looks so cool to me. I can see him working as an undercover private detective in Bliss Bay. Nothing gets past him. And the skin details are insane. It even looks like he has sunspots. And are you even prepared for this level of cuteness? Oh my gosh, when I saw these babies, look at those sweet hazel green eyes, the cheeks. Oh, the squishy marshmallow cheeks. Look at all that baby fat around the neck and chin. Oh my gosh, these babies are perfection. I just love those big kissable cheeks. Yeah, babies are adorable in this game. Please give us loads of family interactions with these babies. Whew, and moving on. Here we see where we can select skin tone. Hopefully it's a wide range or maybe even a color wheel. I remember one of the playtesters saying there wasn't a color wheel for skin tone. So maybe they can add that, or maybe they've already added it, because that information is from last November and we know the game has changed drastically since then. I mean, we have color wheels for furniture, clothing, hair customization, so I don't see why we couldn't have it for skin tone. Also, this is where I mentioned it shows the gender selection. So yeah, I don't know what body type can refer to. Also, notice the icon on the upper right. Remember that when you finish creating your ZOI, you can actually upload them to Canvas to share with others. It's essentially like the Sims 4 gallery. Also check this out, Chloe and MD, or Marvelous Designer, those were the 2 digital fashion applications you were allowed to use for the Connect clothing contest. I might have missed it, but I had no idea this was built into CAS. Does this mean we can actually upload clothing pieces made with Chloe and MD straight into CAS to use in the game? Because that would make it so much easier and that would be so useful. You can also change the background in CAS, which you might want to when you upload your creation to Canvas. So far we've seen 2 backgrounds on here, and one where you can choose any color for a solid background. You can change the lighting, color, and position. There's even multiple expressions and poses. I love this ZOI, she is so pretty. I love the cat ears. Also check out the cool ear piercing. The jewelry looks really nice. And have you seen the nail art? There are so many designs. It even looks like some of it is actually 3D. Again, the details are on point. So tell me, are you gonna wishlist inZOI on Steam? Or have you already? We have just over a week until Gamescom. And setting up the inZOI store page on Steam ahead of it was so smart from a marketing outreach standpoint. So now when they go to Gamescom here real soon and they get people really hyped up about the game, they can direct them to Steam to wishlist it. Smart move. And I'm truly expecting the 3rd city to be revealed at Gamescom. There's no way that they wouldn't take that opportunity. Wait for it. Alright, that's enough rambling from me. Please guys, subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate all of you. And as always, enjoy!